Red or white seedless grapes, hot price only $3.99 per pound. Fresh beef round stew beef, $6.99 per pound. ShopRite broccoli florets, 16-ounce bag, hot price $2.99. Kellogg's Fruit Loops, 19.4-ounce box, family size, hot price $8.49. Save $1.60 on Purex liquid laundry detergent, 50-ounce bottle, hot price $4.99. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m., Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Tuesday, January 15th, 2019. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us. Theresa May's UK government has lost MP votes on her Brexit plan by 432 to 202. It's been described as the largest government defeat since the year 1924. The UK has just 73 days left to secure an agreement for their withdrawal from the European Union, according to the BBC. The leader of the opposition Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, took to the opportunity to table a no-confidence motion in the UK government following the landslide defeat. Here is the moment the decision was read out in the House of Commons.
The ayes to the right, 202. The noes to the left, 432.
The ayes to the right, 202. The noes, order. The ayes to the right, 202. The noes to the left, 432. So the noes have it. The noes have it. Unlock.
Speaker, the results of tonight's vote is the greatest defeat for a government since the 1920s in this House. This is a catastrophic defeat for this government. After 2 years of failed negotiations, the House of Commons has delivered its verdict on her Brexit deal, and that verdict is absolutely decisive. I hear the words of the Prime Minister, but actions of her government of the past 2 years speak equally clearly. She is only attempting to reach out now to try to keep her failed process and deal alive after it's been so roundly rejected by Parliament on behalf of the people of this country. Labour has laid out our priorities consistently. No deal must be taken off the table. A permanent customs union must be secured, and people's rights and protections must be guaranteed so they do not fall behind. At every turn, the Prime Minister has closed the door on dialogue. Businesses begged her to negotiate a comprehensive customs union. Trade union leaders pressed her for the same thing. They were ignored. In the last 2 years, she's only had one priority: the Conservative Party. Her governing principle of delay and denial has reached the end of the line. She cannot seriously believe that after 2 years of failure, she is capable of negotiating a good deal for the people of this country. The most important issue facing us is that the government has lost the confidence of this House and this country. I therefore, Mr. Speaker, inform you I have now tabled a motion of no confidence in this government. And I'm pleased that motion will be debated tomorrow, so this House can give its verdict on the sheer incompetence of this government and pass that motion of no confidence in the government.
If Jeremy Corbyn's motion is successful, it could trigger a general election in the UK. The deadline for Brexit is March the 29th. In other news, an overseas advertisement for a $135,000 position within the Bermuda Police Service said to have caused more than a few raised eyebrows among the ranks. Questions are now being asked as to whether this shows a lack of faith in the abilities of local officers. Gary Moreno picks up the story from here.
The advertisement is for the head of professional standards and has been placed in the Police Oracle, which is a UK-based police news service. The position is for 1 year with a salary of $135,000 and a start date of March this year. The ad indicates that apart from upholding and promoting the standards of professional behavior in the police service, the Professional Standards Department is also responsible for managing public complaints and seeks to protect the BPS from all forms of corruption through the application of vetting, policy and intelligence activity. Whomever is hired for the role will also assist in the Departments of Customs and Corrections to implement required anti-corruption policy and procedures. BPS sources we spoke with argue to advertise the position overseas is an affront to local officers. It's been suggested the role of the head of professional services will be quite similar to that of an internal affairs officer in the United States policing system. What's more, our sources contend the advertisement being placed in a UK publication is, in their words, a continuation of a trend of increased hiring of British police officers. Questioned about the decision, the Bermuda Police Service declined any comment as to why the position is being advertised overseas and whether there wasn't any current serving member of the Bermuda Police Service capable of performing the role. However, Commissioner Stephen Corbishley told us the BPS are currently advertising for the post to assist the development of work in this area. Policing in other parts of the world, he continues, has developed world-class police standards, not least to prevent issues of corruption. It is essential that local communities have confidence in their police service and the professional standards of its officers and staff, and the Commissioner is committed that the BPS is exceptional in this area. The Commissioner continued this temporary rule will seek to assist the BPS in taking forward this important agenda. Now, given the 12-month duration of the contract, we asked whether there was any specific situation warranting the hiring of such an officer at this time. Again, there was no response. Meanwhile, Wayne Furbert, the acting Minister of National Security, when asked about the situation, responded, whilst operational policing falls within the remit of His Excellency the Governor, the government supports any move that raises the professional standards within the Bermuda Police Service. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Gary. More news after the break, including all the latest from AccuWeather. Stay tuned.
Your choice, potatoes, 5-pound bag, only $4.49. Fresh Purdue oven stuffer roaster at $1.99 per pound. Regular pasta sauce, 24 to 29-ounce jar, hot price $2.69. Tama spaghetti, linguine, or fettuccine pasta, 500-gram bag, hot price $1.69. Chobani Greek yogurts, 5.3-ounce tub, hot price $1.69. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
At Argos, our interest is you. Each of you. Around here, we know that when two people seem the same, they can have very different insurance needs. For their health, home, work, and future. Which is why we take the time to get to know you as an individual, so we can provide insurance coverage that fits your life. Because after all, our interest is you.
From the very beginning, it was always our singular focus to do whatever it takes, use every possible resource to fight cancer, and never lose sight of the patients we're fighting for. Our cancer treatment specialists share the same vision. Experts from all over the world working closely together to deliver truly personalized cancer care. And these are the specialists we're proud to call our own. Expert medicine works here. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Appointments available now.
Welcome back. The government has appointed Bermudian Dennis Pitcher as their newest financial technology consultant. Premier David Burt made the announcement recently at Cabinet Office as the latest step towards developing a FinTech industry in Bermuda, where 55 companies have begun incorporating here. Mr. Pitcher will join the FinTech business unit alongside Wayne Smith and Dr. Gina Tucker.
In October, the government announced the creation of the FinTech Business Unit to manage and oversee Bermuda's rapidly expanding FinTech initiatives. And today, I'm very pleased to announce the addition to the FinTech Business Unit. Mr. Dennis Pitcher has been recently appointed as a FinTech technical consultant. Mr. Pitcher will work within the FinTech Business Unit, providing high-level technical assistance and advice as it relates to the continued development of Bermuda's FinTech sector. Dennis is no stranger to this industry and is eminently qualified to assist the government in continuing efforts to expand and evolve our FinTech sector.
It's still very early days. I'm not completely up to speed yet in what is being done. I'm trying to gain awareness on what the levels of knowledge are. There are a lot of opportunities coming to Bermuda, and it's a challenge to figure out how are we going to make sure we make the most of it. So hopefully I'll learn more as I get more time in the position, but of course I have just started.
Meanwhile, the Premier was unable to provide the number of Bermudians hired so far, and he was also asked to respond to criticism by the opposition OBA that too much focus has been put into the development of FinTech in order to solve Bermuda's economic woes.
I cannot say which company. I cannot say how many Bermudians have been hired. I know that there have been advertisements that have been placed in the newspaper for one particular company, BitCarbon. I know, is it Alpha Innovations? Alpha Innovations. Alpha Innovations have already started hiring as well. I know that there are companies that are, as I said, I've met with, I think, a couple of companies last week, the people who have already moved to the island and set up residence here. So the work is beginning to progress. Specific numbers that I do not have, as we do not track those specific numbers. The only specific numbers that the government actually tracks are work permits issued. I would say that the opposition leader and others should probably look to be more constructive in looking at areas of growth. And I think that for the persons that are finding opportunities in this area, for the fact that there are local companies, are international businesses that recognize that Bermuda has to play a leading role in FinTech because that's where the future will be, I would just ask them to recognize that for any economy, what you must do is not look at what's happening now, but you must also make sure you build and prepare your economy and your citizens for the future.
In other news this evening, easing of legislation surrounding cannabis use may be a benefit in terms of medical treatments and avoiding individuals having a criminal record for possession of small amounts of the drug. Some have argued that this changing mindset about cannabis could lead to increased use, particularly among young people. That's a dangerous situation if it does occur, according to pediatrician Dr. Peter Parenchief, who warns against cannabis use by individuals under the age of 25.
From the time of conception right through about till the age of 25, these genes are turning on and turning off in a given order. They communicate, and these genes direct the growth of nerve cells and where these nerve cells are going to attach at different parts of the brain. What THC does, it's been shown to change which genes are being turned on and off. Under normal circumstances, there's this exquisite coordination that goes on for 25 years on exactly where different parts of the brain are going to grow and to communicate. THC screws this up. So consequently, it's rather like having your computer programs messed up. Or think of a score of a symphony. All the instruments and come in and go out at a certain time. There's a melody, there's a tune, there's harmony. If you took all those notes and shook them up in a bottle and then just laid them randomly on the score sheet, that's what THC is doing to the genes in the brain. And the results that are coming out of this are not good. It's been shown that children or adolescents who utilize this show worse results in their academic performance. If it's heavily used, this can affect them for the rest of their lives, and the fact that it can affect their ability to keep a job, their ability to think through problems. In other words, the cognitive aspects of the brain are affected. And that is what concerns me as a pediatrician. I'm completely in favor of what the government's done in decriminalizing it, because the social burden was enormous. But it's going to be incumbent on the present government or any government in the future. If they're going to decriminalize this, they are going to have to start an education program starting in kindergarten, warning children about the fact that this drug can adversely affect their brains.
Dr. Parenchief did make it clear that when marijuana is used by those over the age of 25, it has been known to treat certain medical conditions.
It's only just started. We're still in the infancy, but there are some specific conditions in which THC or CBD is useful. They've shown it definitely helps with people with multiple sclerosis and what's called neuropathic pain. It reduces that. With people with AIDS, it does stimulate their appetite, so the weight loss problem can help to be alleviated through the use of THC or CBD. It has been shown to help with cancer-induced pain. And in a few exceptional cases, it has also been shown to be very useful in epileptic conditions. But these conditions that it's been shown to be useful are extremely rare. So this is not a blanket drug that's going to fix the problem of epilepsy. There are special epilepsies that do respond when all other drugs have failed, that THC does help.
Turning to weather news, looks like we have more sunshine headed our way. Let's get an update now from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm meteorologist Brittany Boyer. A couple of showers today, cooler temperatures, and also lots of clouds as well. As we take a look at our radar here, you can see that we do have our frontal boundary draped off to our south and east, and a little disturbance. That is what has been kicking up the scattered showers across the island for today, and we'll still allow for that as we head into tonight and maybe a brief shower or two early tomorrow morning. But here you can see the radar a little bit closer to home, showing you those showers that have been around the region. And temperatures have been sitting in the low 60s today, and that's where we stand on this Tuesday evening. Humidity between 70 and 75%. Not too windy outside. Winds are light out of the west-northwest between 6 and 10 knots. The water temperature 67 degrees right now. And you can see waves inside and outside of the reef. Still a little bit choppy out there outside of the reef with waves running between 5 to 9 feet. So with that said, the Bermuda Weather Service does have a small craft warning continuing through tonight. But at least at this point in the day, hopefully nobody is heading out and about toward the water. Our tidal times right over here, you can see our low tide coming in at 9:16, and then our high tide coming in just before 4 a.m. on your Wednesday. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier on, we're still going to allow for a few spotty showers as we continue into tonight, mainly brief. We don't expect any significant rain for tonight. Temperatures will stay steady in the upper 50s for your nighttime low. And then for tomorrow, a shower in the area, not an all-day rain event here. A high of 65 degrees and a low of 58. Hopefully you have a good Wednesday. The disturbance that we're dealing with right now, you can see all the moisture just around the island here. That's going to eventually work its way on east, and so is that frontal boundary. So once we get through tonight, once we get through tomorrow, we lose really most of the shower opportunity here. And then temperatures are going to be getting a little bit warmer. So something to look forward to over the next couple of days. A look at what's going on right now. Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad, they have some showers around as well. Temperatures very nice, though, for January. Minus the shower activity, 86 degrees in Jamaica right now. As we get you into the forecast, the gateway forecast here, if you will, if you're heading to any of these destinations, should be a nice and sunny day in the Big Apple tomorrow. Boston, not too bad here, but some of these cities are going to be looking at a few opportunities for some snow. You can see they'll have some snow tomorrow up there in Toronto, Canada. Your extended forecast for here in Bermuda, you can see a few showers possible throughout the day on Wednesday. Again, not an all-day rain event, and then things are looking pretty good as we head toward the later half of the week here. Thursday, a mostly sunny afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds as we take you into your Friday. And even as we head into the weekend, not looking too bad. We could actually see the return of the 70s by Sunday.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
The year-end clearance sale is now on at Bermuda Motors. Cargo ships bringing our 2019 models will be arriving soon. To make room, we're offering the lowest prices of the year on these models. Ford Figo, our hatchback with cutting-edge technology. Ford EcoSport, big on comfort, safety, and power. Toyota Avenza, the perfect balance of style and function. Toyota Prius C, our fuel-efficient 5-door hybrid. So hurry, prices are available until the end of the year or while our inventory lasts at Bermuda Motors.
the Bermuda Festival, exciting shows will take center stage in 2019. In January, we feature Paul Taylor 2 Dance Company performing the signature group and solo pieces by legendary choreographer Paul Taylor. A Midsummer Night's Dream, the classic Shakespearean comedy follows. With a British cast and international creative team, this new production will feature Bollywood-style choreography. For tickets, visit PTix or BermudaFestival.org. Celebrating the empowerment of women, She is Art. 44th Annual Bermuda Festival.
Pat Philip Farron, Chief Product and Experiences Development Officer at the Bermuda Tourism Authority, will leave her role with the organization on April the 30th in 2019, following this year's MS Emlyn World Triathlon Bermuda. Ms. Philip Farron has served in the position for the past 5 years, starting shortly after the formation of the Bermuda Tourism Authority in 2014. She has cited the need to tend to family matters as the reason for her departure. Quote, "I'm sad to have a valued leader leave our organization. Pride is what I feel most when I look back at the enormous accomplishment of Pat and her team over the past 5 years," said Chief Executive Kevin Dallas. Under Pat's leadership, her division has shepherded a new wave of tourism product and experiences that cater to younger visitors who are more adventurous and experiential. This work has proven critical because it not only improves the experience of travelers, but also increases visitor spending, boosts our economy, and creates new opportunities for Bermudian entrepreneurs and job seekers in culinary, performing arts, and heritage. Ms. Philip Farron and her team have worked tirelessly to infuse a deeper sense of culture into the experience of Bermuda visitors, end quote. Coming up, Earl Bazin with the latest in sports. Stay with us.
Hey, Smokey, let's get lunch from the Marketplace Food Court. You know what? That sounds good. They have oxtails, pumpkin, curried lamb, lemon chicken, sweet and sour ribs, vegetable stir fry, and the variety goes on.
Their chefs are good. They'll set you right up with all the good carvings.
And don't forget the special dishes from the islands.
It don't matter. No matter what you feel like eating, Marketplace will have it.
You know, it's quick, it's quality, and at prices you can count on.
Visit us 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Made for you daily at the Hamilton Marketplace Food Court.
Surface Terms has been serving Bermuda for over 25 years, supplying and installing tile and natural stone. We have a large in-stock selection of beautiful porcelain wood planking, including our exclusive Bermuda cedar tile. You will also find Bermuda's best in-stock selection of countertops, including natural granites, exotic quartzites, and silestone engineered quartz in all the newest colors. Our team will be happy to help you. Stop by our showroom at 17 Serpentine Road or give us a call at 295-8005.
Who will represent the National Football League, AFC, and NFC respective conferences? The 53rd edition of the Super Bowl will be played right here on CBS Network, home of ZBM TV9 on February the 3rd, 2019. Be a part of the most exciting and thrilling game played around the world during the month of February. ZBM will bring you exclusive live coverage from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, beginning at 12:30 p.m. For more information on sponsorship, email sales@bbc.bm or call 295-2828 and ask for our sales department.
The Bermuda Cricket Board extends its deepest condolences to the family and friends of the late Gladstone Brown. Mr. Brown was a great lover of cricket and was involved in many aspects of the sport, serving on the Somers Isle Cricket League and the Bermuda Cricket Board in numerous capacities. Mr. Brown was a seasoned player, a stalwart of Devonshire Recreation Club. He represented Bermuda as captain of the 1979 cricket team that played commendably in Bermuda's first ICC tournament, recording 3 wins and 1 abandoned match. As captain, Mr. Brown led his team to finish top of their group that was comprised of East Africa, Argentina, Papua New Guinea, and Singapore. He also made many appearances for the Somerset Cricket Club during Cup match. Lloyd Smith, president of the BCB, said, quote, "It is a very sad day as we mourn the passing of Gladstone Sad Brown. A legend in the local cricket fraternity, Sad played a huge role in the development of our great sport, on the field as a player and off the field as an administrator. On behalf of the BCB, I extend our sympathies to his family and friends. He will be sorely missed." Turning to sports, a Bermudian footballer, Justin Donowa, was drafted by the Columbus Crew. A young swimmer, Madeline Moore, was back in action with Northern Colorado, and Bermuda finished second in Regional Dressage Challenge. Earl Baisden has it all in tonight's sports package.
During the MLS Super Draft last evening, Justin Donowa was selected number 60th overall by the Columbus Crew. Columbus Crew decided to add depth to their midfield and used its third-round pick to select Donowa from Dartmouth University. Donowa, who is also a track and field athlete during his collegiate time, specializing in triple jump, in which he won the Ivy League Championship in 2018, is a member of the Bermuda national team, for which he has played in 10 matches since 2015. He scored 2 goals for Bermuda, both in a 5-0 victory over the Bahamas during the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifications back in 2015. In windy and cold conditions, Jared Richardson and his Independent School Football Association under-16 teammates took on Australia at Clifton College and defeated them 6-1. Madeline Moore and her Northern Colorado women's swimming and diving teammates returned to the pool after a long break to face the 5-time WAC champions Northern Arizona. Northern Colorado fought hard against the powerhouse Northern Arizona, but fell 172-117. Despite the final team results, Northern Colorado had 3 first-place finishes and 4 second place. Moore led the team with 2 of those 3 first-place finishes. Moore showed her versatility by taking the top spot in the women's 100-yard backstroke when she touched the wall in a time of 57.32. Moore would then claim the win in the women's 100-yard butterfly, clocking a time of 58.12. Moore would lead off the Northern Colorado women's 200-yard medley relay team that finished 4th in a time of 1:47.20. Moore would swim the anchor leg for the Northern Colorado women's 400-yard freestyle relay team that finished 3rd, stopping the clock in a time of 3:36.92. The FEI recently released the regional and overall FEI World Classification results for the 2018 FEI World Dressage Challenge. Bermuda dressage riders once again achieved very commendable results. Under the regional classification based on individual results, Bermuda's national coach, Angela Holleran-Smith, riding Phenomenal AV, obtained the top place in the Senior 2 class, while promising junior rider Kelsey Amos, riding Ruritero, placed first in the youth class. In the Senior 1 class, Virginia McKee, riding Matinee, finished 2nd, and Claire Turner, riding Lantango, placed 4th. Bermuda's regional dressage team claimed 2nd place to Barbados. In the Senior 2 class, Holleran-Smith secured a commendable 5th place finish out of 124 competitors. In the same class, Robin Stemple, riding her new horse, Rossano Royal 2, placed 59th. In the Senior 1 class, McKee, riding Matinee, finished 17th out of 165 competitors, while in the youth class, Amos and Ruritero placed 12th out of 115 competitors around the globe. Daniel Augustus recently took to the Champions Gate Golf Course in Florida to play in the Moonlight Golf Tour International Round. Augustus would finish tied 3rd after a round of 73. He would finish level with Dominique Mancini and Cameron Beal. Bermuda Golf Association hosted their January monthly medal at the Tuckers Point Golf Course on Saturday. Javon Roberts would win the men's gross flight 1 division with a round of 4 over par 74. One stroke back was Eric West, while Rob Edwards, Shannon Trott, and Chris Phillips would finish tied 3rd with rounds of 7 over par 77. The latest gross flight division was won by Catherine Burney, who shot an 18 over par 88. Annie O'Neill finished 2nd with a round of 21 over par 91, and Ann Simons finished 3rd, shooting a round of 23 over par 93. Kalen Peters and Anthony Starface combined for 42 points to help power Plymouth Whitemarsh to a win over Upper Moreland 69-46. Starface would lead all scorers with 22 points, with Peters adding 20. Peters went 9 for 11 from the field with 2 3-point shots and several drives to the basket. The Thomas College men's and women's track and field teams competed in the Bowden Invitational, with Young Sutton and the men finishing 5th, while Jonna James and the women finishing 8th. James ran the second leg for the Thomas College women's 4x200 meter relay team that will finish 6th with a time of 2:00:82. Sutton would finish 8th, competing in the men's long jump with a top leap of 5.90 meters, and he would then finish 4th in the men's triple jump with a top leap of 12.36 meters. In Friesenburg-Meyer Continental Bowling League action at the Warwick Lanes, it saw the Nifty Rollers defeat the Bermuda Pest Control 21-9. New Hope Cup by Quickie Licky Laundry 18.5 to 11.5. The Spice Snakes defeated the Pinjammers 17-13. The Underdogs defeated the Invaders 19-11, and the Cubs would get by the Oddballs 21-9. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Thanks, Earl. Well, that's our newscast on this Tuesday evening. I'm Diane Brewer. Thank you for joining us. Good night.